to use arrays in calculations. First, let's go ahead and create an array. Here I'm gonna put integer. I'm gonna name the array as apple, and let's create an array that can hold 5 elements. So I put 5 right here, so it can hold 5 elements. Now let's assign some numbers. Let's assign some random numbers. Let's say 45, 65, then 78, then 98, and then 102, something like that. So now I have created an array that can hold 5 elements, and I have 5 elements within the array. Now what we're going to do is we are going to calculate the sum of this array. In order to do that, I'm going to create an integer. I'm going to create a variable called sum, and first I'm going to equate that one to 0. Now how can we do the calculation? You can also go ahead and do sum is equal to sum array 0, then plus sum array 1, something like that. You can keep on doing until it becomes 4, because 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 altogether is going to be 5 arrays. But that's a long method. Since it's 5, it's okay, but if you have bigger number, you cannot do that. So to simplify that one, we can do that calculation with a loop. Here I'm going to do it with for loop. Let's say for loop, and also that for an array the first index is always 0, so integer x, and I have to make this one equal to 0, and after that that it should go from 0 to 4, because if you have 5 elements in the array, if it's starting from 0, then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, that all together 5 elements. So it should be less than 5, or you can set less than or equal to 4. So if you put less than 5, it will stop at 4. That's what we want. And the next one is we have to do the increment by 1 to we have to do the increment by 1 to for the loop to run, right? And the next thing is we are going to create the equation for the sum, and I put it in the curly bracket. In this curly bracket, we are going to put sum plus equal, and then apple x. So what's going to happen is here this for loop is going to run through each array elements, and each time it runs through that element, the x will be replaced with that number. So first of all, like for example, let's say the loop is running first time, so the 45 will be replaced with x. Then sum plus or equal to x will be 45, right? Plus or equal to mean just we are adding a number, so 45 will be the first sum. Then it runs again, then the next number will be replaced. This for loop will be replaced in the first element, so the first element will be 65, that will be replaced with x. So 45 plus 65, and it will add together, and that's going to be the sum. And like that it will run until the end, and it will add all the numbers. Now once we add them, like we can also print them as they run. To print them as they run, you have to write it in the for loop. You have to write the cout statement in the for loop in order to print the numbers as they run. But if you want the total sum alone, you have to write it outside of this for loop. Now I'm writing inside of the for loop because I want to see the process as well. So I'm going to put cout statement inside of this for loop, and then here I'm going to put sum, and then end line, and then let's go ahead and run this one. So here if I build and run, you can see the process is going on. So here what's happening is, first it goes through x is replaced with 45, and then sum plus 45, that is 45. Then the for loops runs again and replace x with 65. 65 plus 45 is 110. Then it runs again and replace the x with 78. Then 110 plus 78 is 188. Like that is happening all together. Then final sum is 388. And that's how we can do calculations in arrays. And for loop is better. If you have five arrays, you can even do with manually. Like you can put sum is equal to apple 0 plus apple 1. Like you had to just put each index number to bring the value from here to here. But for loop is much better, because when you're dealing with big, like let's say there are like 10 elements, 15 elements, you don't want to do adding everything one by one, right? That's why for loop is better to do the calculation, and we have used it right here. And I hope you guys find this video helpful. Thanks for watching. See you guys on my next video.